everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to a video tutorial learning about how to factor trinomials with a leading coefficient a of 1. So here I've got a squared plus 4a minus 21. It's a nice trinomial. And I'm trying to figure out how to factor that trinomial into two binomials multiplied together. So factoring means to take something and write it into littler things multiplied together. And it's a trinomial with a leading coefficient of 1, which means there's a 1 in front multiplying my a squared. So if I'm writing out my coefficients then of this trinomial, my value for a, the leading coefficient is 1. My value for b, the coefficient of the middle term, is 4. And the value for c, my constant term, is negative 21. All right. So try not to get confused with this A, B, and C here, but this A confused with the actual variable A. They're different A's in this case. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, I'm going to end up with A times A, but using my coefficients, I'm going to try and figure out what do I need to add to get to the right binomials. All right. We've looked at a couple examples now of needing to know B and C because they help identify what my factors are. In fact, I need two numbers, M and N, that add to make whatever B is, but those same two numbers need to multiply to make whatever C is. So in this problem, if I want to factor it down, what are two numbers that add to 4, and what are two numbers, the same two numbers, that multiply to make negative 21? This example is a little bit different because I got to deal with some positive and negative numbers now and think, okay, what's going on? So some things to help out for, if I know I have two numbers that multiply to make 21, negative 21 in this case, well, that means either M or N, one of them is a negative and one of them is a positive number. So use the fact that you understand positive negatives for you. I have a negative 21, which means one number is positive and one number is negative. That's how you get a negative number. But now I look at my middle term, this 4, that means that even though one is positive and one is negative, when I add them together, I still end up with a positive number. So my positive number has to be bigger than my negative number. And so what are two numbers that add to 4 but multiply to negative 21? Well, in this case, it's going to be 7 times negative 3 and 7 plus negative 3. Those are my two numbers. One number is 7 and one number is negative 3. All right, once I have those numbers now, I can write it in factored form. It's going to be a plus 7 and a minus 3. And we're done. However, for your sake, let's check it out. Let's multiply it. Let's make sure we understand why we can do this method again. So I'm going to use the distributive property. We're going to multiply these. That's a good way to check your factoring and see if I did it right. So a times a is going to give me a squared. Well, that's good. That gives me the a squared term that I want. A times negative 3 is minus 3a. 7 times a is going to be plus 7a. And 7 times negative 3 is going to be minus 21. All right, now wait. Where did this negative 21 came from? It came from multiplying 7 times negative 3. We just did that, right? We just saw we needed a 7 times negative 3 to get to negative 21. That's the step we just did. So we had to multiply to get that negative 21. That's good. But I'm not done yet. I need to simplify my middle terms. And what do I have to do to simplify? I need to do negative 3 plus 7a to get 4a. Well, we already did that. We'd said we needed 7 plus negative 3, and that's how we got to the 4. So this whole process, all this stuff that we did here was just simply working backwards through my multiplication, taking the trinomial and going backwards through the steps to end up in factored form. All right, but we got it. We worked it out. We checked it. We pointed out why this method works again. So my final answer is a squared plus 4a minus 21, I can rewrite that trinomial as two binomials multiplied together. A plus 7 times a minus 3.